Hey, how y'all doing? It's episode 2 of Trail. So TJ back again. First of all, if y'all didn't watch episode 1, please check it out. And today we're going to get into lesson 2. And then we're also going to have a healthy snack demonstration again. So I hope y'all liked what we made last time. And then we'll end it with a physical activity challenge. I'm trying to keep this short and brief and to the point. So please, let's watch this in its entirety, share it, like it, comment, and let's get to it. So I want to talk about 2 things quickly. The first one is respect. What does it mean to have respect? If I were to ask you, what's the first word that comes to your mind when you hear the word respect? Maybe you'd have a certain thought. But what does it mean to show respect? I just want to give you 7 things that could help you be more respectful to your peers, to your teachers, to your parents, to your coaches, and those people in your life. So let's get started with number 1. First thing about respect is not talking when others talk. We've all been in a classroom or at practice or somewhere in a session, and when everyone's talking at once, it's virtually impossible to get the point across. So let's not do that. Let's not talk when others are talking. Which would lead us right into number 2, which is to wait our turn. Wait our turn. And it's just all about whether you're in a line or whether you're waiting your turn to talk or whatever it is. Let's show respect and wait our turn. Number 3 would be to be a good friend or teammate. We don't need negativity. What we need is good teammates, good friends, good peers working together. Number 4 would be to follow instructions. So when your teacher or the local club staff like myself or your coach or even your parents give you some type of instruction, just follow it. And that way you can show respect. Number 5 would be raise your hand. So again, it kind of goes back to not talking when others are talking. If you just simply raise your hand and wait your turn, you can become more respectful and it'll be appreciated by your peers and by your teachers and parents and things like that. Number 6 would be to keep things to yourself. So whether you're in a circle, whether you're in a class, whether you're at practice, someone might share some information that should be kept confidential, and we should be respectful of that and keep it to ourselves and in that session or class or practice, and not share it with others that we don't have permission to share it with. And then the 7th thing would be to be encouraging instead of teasing. Sometimes it's fun to laugh and joke and even tease, but we don't know how people are going to respond. Some people might not like that. So let's be encouraging and lift each other up instead of putting each other down. So that's how we show respect. That was the first thing. The second thing I want to talk about is the circle of life, which I touched on last week. And so if you see this here, the circle of life, you see that there's 4 components in the circle of life. You see that there is the physical aspect, there is the emotional aspect, there's the mental aspect, and there's the spiritual aspect. In order for us to be completely healthy, we must learn to get healthy in each 4 of these areas, not just physically, not just emotionally, not just mentally, not just spiritually, but all 4 in one. You see the circle makes up a whole circle, but there's 4 parts. So if I only focus on this and this, these 2 areas are not healthy. If that makes sense, we must be healthy in all 4 phases of our life in order to be in complete and good health. Some ways that you could physically become more healthy is exercise, diet, fitness, getting good rest, getting proper sunlight, breathing exercises, sports, athletics, bike rides, walks, things like that. Some ways to get emotionally healthy would be to talk to people, share your feelings, journal, write things down, have a good friend that you can confide in, a mentor, a teacher, a coach. Some ways that you could mentally get healthy is learning how to write your thoughts down, get into poetry, journaling, thinking patterns, and being able to identify what's a healthy thinking pattern and what isn't a healthy thinking pattern. And then some ways that you could spiritually get healthy are through religious services, ceremonies, learning your culture, and even respect and things like that. And so it just depends on, each person has their own preference. But again, we really want to push that we're being healthy in all 4 categories. Not just 1 or 2 or 3, but all 4. So we're going to conclude that with a challenge. I'm going to challenge each and every one who watches this to focus on all 4 areas and do one thing in each of those areas to be more healthy, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally or spiritually. Do one thing in each of those categories this week to try to be more healthy. All right, TJ here with the healthy snack demonstration. It's a super simple snack. It's very easy. It tastes great. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called fruit kabobs. Very simple. Maybe you've made it, maybe you haven't, but it's something you can do at home with the family and the kids this week. They'll love it, I guarantee it, and it'll taste good. So this is what you're gonna need. First, of course, we have the good old kebab sticks. You can get them anywhere. They're super cheap. You see a variety of fruit. You can pick any. It doesn't have to be 4. It doesn't have to be these ones, but these are the ones I selected. Mandarin orange slices, grapes, blueberries, and strawberry chunks. Don't forget to wash your fruit off too. That's always a good practice. The rest is really self-explanatory. You just grab a kebab stick, you take your fruit, you just slide it down the stick in whatever order you want. It doesn't really matter. But as you can see, I'm done. Here's my fruit kebab, and it's now ready to be eaten. And as you can see, it tastes great. Today's physical activity challenge is push-ups. I'm gonna show you how to do a proper push-up. And also, it doesn't matter how many you do. Each person's different. What I challenge you to do is push yourself. So push yourself to whatever you think you can do, and then do a couple more, okay? So this is how you do a push-up. Obviously, you get on the ground. You have your hands kind of by your shoulders. You make sure your back is straight. And then you go down. Okay, so here's Chelsea. She's gonna show you how to do girl push-ups. If you can't manage how I showed you, that's totally fine. You don't have to feel ashamed or anything, but it's just an easier way to do it that can still challenge yourself physically.
So it's pretty much the same, but you're on your knees and you want your back straight.
This has been episode 2. Thanks for joining us. Please like it, comment, and share this post, and we'll see you again next week for episode 3.